Welcome to the Clancy Era. We now have a new album releasing on May 17th and a brand new lead single to overanalyze and pick apart piece by piece. This is going to be an overview and analysis of the music video and Easter eggs that you may have missed and explanations that may have caused confusion. The music video and song opens up with a rising synthesizer which slowly builds into a climax that sets the tone for the entire album and era. The map is quickly zooming over the island of Voldsoy to the continent of Trench, showing the trenches themselves and then finally arriving at its destination, Dima. So this music video is in fact taking place inside the city walls where the rebellion is forming. In my research for this video, I was able to find that there are various sentences being said in different languages, sentences that are straight from the previous Clancy letters. One of the lines reads, "This small and eerie island has made me into a weapon." The other reads, "We can use it to change the momentum of this war." The camera cuts to this assembly room and the line, "Welcome back to Trench," is dropped. My jaw hit the floor. In the background of this assembly room, we see 9 neon red lights. And towards the end of the video, one of these lights begins to flicker and fade, which symbolizes that Keon's is dead and the bishops are faltering. We see Josh Dun going crazy on the drums, and then Tyler slowly raises from what looks like a laying down position. Keep that in mind. As the lyric from Bandito plays, we see Dima citizens slowly starting to file in one at a time. They are here for a rebellion meeting to find out how to burn Dima from the inside. Clancy masks up and prepares to give a speech to the assembly. Now Clancy starts singing about overcompensating, and from what I'm gathering from Tyler interviews and just general fans online, it seems like he's talking about the character of Clancy finally embracing his responsibility to take down Dima. He's been shying away from this leadership role in the past in previous cycles, but he's now overcompensating for all of those failures to then rise up in this current era to take down the bishops. If you have a different interpretation, let me know in the comments below. Clancy then starts singing about a dangerous bend symbol. Now, a lot of people initially thought that this could be the 21 Pilots logo, myself included, but after doing further research and listening to the Tyler Joseph BBC One radio interview, it appears that he's referring to one of the street signs that appear in the UK. These signs signify a dangerous turn in the upcoming road. And coincidentally, from what I can tell, this symbol or these signs were developed by the Real World Nicholas Bourbaki group. And of course, Tyler claims that this group was named after Nicholas Bourbaki. This once again connects the real life world with the world of Trench. He forms this zigzag symbol with his body multiple times throughout the music video, which is a huge indication of its significance for this album. In fact, on the album cover, you can see that the N in Clancy is modeled after this same symbol. This is basically communicating that Clancy is finally owning this responsibility of being a leader with the ability of psychokinesis and is finally overcoming his fear of the bishops once and for all. In a few shots, you can see Josh Dun wearing a cloth around his neck, which translates from either Ukrainian or Russian to torchbearer. Eventually, the music video cuts to Tyler teaching the Dima citizens about the cause, about the banditos, and about the bishops' motives and intention behind vialism. He's literally describing why the bishops are bad and why this needs to be stopped. There are various slides that are projected on Tyler that cycle through. It looks like these are all pulled from the DMA.org website and Clancy journals. But if there are any new ones, let me know in the comments below. Tyler and Josh are basically equipping the Dima citizens with the knowledge to fight back. Eventually, Clancy keels over and the Dima citizens rush to his aid, but unfortunately, it's too late. They unmask Clancy, and it turns out it wasn't even Clancy this entire time. It turns out that it was a recently deceased Dima citizen that Clancy was remotely puppeteering to communicate with the citizens. And this is what Clancy meant in his letters. They found a way to get inside Dima without the bishops knowing about it. Now, when we read those letters, I was thinking it was a secret tunnel or a secret passageway to get into Dima. But no, he was literally puppeteering a dead body to communicate with the rebellion. Clancy and the torchbearer arrive on the shore, and it looks like they used the boats that was featured in the live stream experience, which is super cool because they were basically foreshadowing this event all the way back in 2021. Clancy smiles as he sees flames and sparks, and it cuts to black. I'm assuming he's seeing a bandito camp or torches because in the letters it says to follow the torches. Some people said that Clancy smiled at the end because he felt the power that came with seizing, and seizing is the very thing that the banditos are fighting to eliminate. So if Clancy starts doing this repeatedly, he could get addicted to the power, which makes him an enemy of the banditos. An interesting theory that I would be down to see play out. I have a budding theory that the reason why Clancy now has this attire is to easily identify who Clancy is currently seizing in Dima. These clothes have obvious markers that indicate to the citizens that Clancy is remotely seizing this body, and to basically listen to what he or she has to say. It's honestly kind of morbid if you think about it. Like, are these clothes being passed along and are reworn by all these dead bodies that he's seizing? Super weird. I'm wondering if Tyler and Josh will get into that later on. He's quite literally morphing into somebody else, becoming a ghost by seizing a dead body. It really makes you wonder how much of this stuff was planned out in advance, or if they just used ambiguous lines in prior albums to fit them retroactively into the lore today. Regardless, it's really cool to see all these callbacks in their new era of music already in just this one lead single. I also love the intro of this song. It literally sounds like a Jumpsuit 2.0, those rising synths and alarm sounds going out, reintroducing us into the world of Trench. And there are all these screeching sound effects throughout the entire song, which call back to Levitate and the bird-like calls in that song as well. But regardless, this is an incredibly strong entry and start to the next era. So what are your thoughts? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments below. I'm so excited to hear your thoughts about this album, and I just want the next song already. I want to see the next music video and where they take the story moving forward. I also want them to just slowly trickle out this story. In a perfect world, the last music video that they produce for this album will tie up the Dima storyline. In other words, I don't want them to answer all the questions too early. Ideally, I would love for them to tie the bow on this entire storyline with the final music video in this timeline, which would likely be produced like a year to a year and a half from now. Keep us in suspense, keep us in this world. Don't give us the answers all right at once. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching my analysis and ramblings on this music video. I'm so stoked for the next music video, and I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. Call somebody today, whether that's a friend or family member. You may be saving their life. This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and I will see you when I see you.